Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Brooke, and you look lovely today. Y'all hear that? A ghost is coming for me. I'm gonna stand like this. This is like the superhero pose. We are awkward as hell. Yay! Okay. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about my July reading plans, including my The Reading Rush TBR. And yes, I know it's over halfway through the month, but I just started this channel, so we're doing it now. So the first book I want to mention is the Barnes & Noble YA Book Club July book, which was We Hunt the Flame by Hafsah Faizal. I'm moderating this book club for the Barnes & Noble that I work at, so I thought I would just throw that in here. Now that I've got that out of the way, I want to talk about my Reading Rush TBR. If you don't know what the Reading Rush is, you may know it by its previous name, the Booktubeathon. This year, it's running from July, can you see it? July 22nd through July 28th. I will link this website down below, but basically the main purpose is to read as many books as you can in 7 days. There's also several reading challenges to help you pick out your TBR. I'm going to be attempting to accomplish all of them, and here's how. I got my bullet journal spread. Yeah. So the first challenge is to read a book with purple on the cover. For this challenge, I've chosen The Mermaid's Voice Returns in this one by Amanda Lovelace. V purple, as you can see. This is the third book in her Women Are Some Kind of Magic poetry series. I mentioned that I'd already read the first 2 books earlier this year in my previous video. I'm actually going to reread them right before reading this. I've heard that the audiobooks are really good. Amanda Lovelace narrates them herself. They're only about an hour long a piece, so I'm going to listen to those during my drive during work and then jump into this so that I can kind of read all of them together. The second challenge is to read a book in the same spot the entire time. Now this doesn't mean that you have to stay for one sitting. You can get up, but you can only read the book in the one spot. For this one, I've chosen For Everyone by Jason Reynolds, which is like one big poem. I figure I can probably just sit down in one sitting, even though I don't have to, and finish this whole book, and then I won't have to worry about this challenge anymore. The third challenge is to read a book you meant to read last year. Now, as I explained in my last video, last year I was in school and I wasn't doing a lot of reading, and I wasn't planning on doing a lot of reading. But I think I picked a book that would kind of fulfill this challenge for me. And that book is Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. The Lunar Chronicles is one of my all-time favorite series. Marissa Meyer has been an auto-buy author for me since I heard the phrases cyborg Cinderella, like, ugh. And this book came out in 2016. I haven't read it yet. It's a short story collection that goes along with the series, and I should have read this forever ago, so I feel like it fulfills this challenge. The fourth challenge is to read an author's first book. For this, I picked the graphic novel The Witch Boy by Knox Ostertag. I hope I said that right. In the back, it says that this is her middle grade graphic novel debut, and so I think, you know, that counts. The fifth challenge is to pick a book with a non-human main character. And I know a lot of people, from what I've seen on Twitter, were struggling to find a book that fulfilled this for them. But as soon as I heard this, I had a book in mind. And that was Moonstruck, Volume 1, Magic to Brew by Grace Ellis and Shae Beagle. The main character in this book is a werewolf. I'm not sure which one of these two she is, because like I said, I haven't, you know, started reading it yet. The other one I'm assuming is her girlfriend, because it's about her and her new girlfriend and them dealing with shenanigans with being in a magical world. The sixth challenge is to pick a book that has 5 or more words in the title. For this, I picked The Prince and the Dressmaker by Wang. I've been really excited to read this for a long time. I was trying to pick mostly short books, poetry, and graphic novels for this TBR, and I was like, your girl's gotta go for it. Also, as you can see, I found this lovely book at Half Price Books. And finally, the 7th challenge is to read and watch a book-to-movie adaptation. For this, I picked ARTEMIS FOWL by Eoin Colfer. I looked it up on his website. That's how you say it. Eoin, apparently. But I'm cheating a little bit on this one. The ARTEMIS FOWL movie doesn't come out until August the 8th. I'm definitely going to see it, but obviously I can't see it during the Booktubeathon. But I'm going to count it because I know I'm going to go see it, and I want to read it again before I go. Then finally, I wanted to add another readathon TBR to this video. This one is the Magical Readathon that was started by Book Roast. I will leave her channel down below, as well as a link to the Magical Readathon Twitter. It's kind of a two-part readathon based on Harry Potter and the exams that students at Hogwarts take. The first one being the owls, the second one being the newts. And the newts are next month in August, but I missed the owls because those were in April. But I think. But a lot of people are doing them now in July, and I thought I'd hop on in time for the newts. So I picked the career librarian, and for librarian there are 5 owls to complete, which includes Ancient Ruins, Arithmancy, Defense Against the Dark Arts, History of Magic, and Transfiguration. So for this, I tried to pick as many books as possible that I was already reading for the reading rush because I don't have a lot of time and I've been working a lot this month and life has been stressful. So cut me some slack, y'all, but here we go. So for Ancient Ruins, the prompt is retelling. For this, I picked Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which, as I mentioned in my last video, I am currently reading. This is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. Kind of, it's more of a prequel that focuses on the Queen of Hearts and how she became the Queen of Hearts. None of the other books in my Reading Rush TBR fit this, and this is the next book coincidentally on my list of books for novel inspiration. The arithmancy prompt is work written by more than one author. For this, I'm doubling up on Moonstruck Volume 1. I debated this a little bit because technically Grace Ellis is the writer and Shae Beagle is the head artist for this graphic novel. However, they're both on here, they're both on the side, they're both mentioned on the back, and I feel like in a graphic novel, the art tells the story just as much as the words do, and so I decided to count it. Defense Against the Dark Arts is Reducto. Title starts with an R. And this one is the one that I am playing with the most. I was originally going to read Reign of the Fallen by somebody that I can't think of. Maybe I will put the name in editing. But I don't have time for that. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do ARTEMIS FOWL again. Because ARTEMIS. I think it counts. And then History of Magic is published at least 10 years ago. Once again, ARTEMIS FOWL came out in 2001, which I figured it came out like a heck of a long time ago because I read these in elementary school the first time. And every other book that I have over here already came out between 2016 and 2019, so definitely not 10 years ago. Finally, Transfiguration is sprayed edges or red cover. None of these have sprayed edges, but Heartless is pretty red on the dust jacket here, shiny. But also underneath, it's like even more red. So I think this counts, even though there's also a lot of black on there. So those are my reading plans for July. Let me know if you're doing the reading rush. Let me know if you're using any of these books or which books you are using. I will link my profile down below. Feel free to friend me or link your own so I can find you. And thanks for watching.